I sat there and was puzzled because I'm not into politics like that. So I was like, why are we sitting here dropping bombs over in Iran? And I went to WSB TV and they tell us that the decision is directly involving the U.S. in the war comes after more than a week of strikes by Israel on Iran that aim to systematically eradicate the country's air defenses and offensive missile capabilities while damaging its nuclear enrichment facilities. So this has been something that has been going on for a while, a couple days, and the U.S. took the first strike, and now people from Iran have said, hey, now we don't have an option but to respond. Like we gonna finish. Pretty much, like that's what they said. We have to respond, and we gotta look and assess what's going on. And what they did was they went shortly after that, and they went and fired some more missiles at Israel. After that, who the U.S. is trying to defend and jump in on the issue. Now, there's a couple things that Iran can do without actually firing back. They could clap back by firing missiles, but they could shut off the gas and the oil supply over there. So that's helping. Will be crazy expensive. That will be pumping us, or we'd have to find a new source. You know what I mean? And so I think it has a lot of people worried, and there's a lot of anxiety going on here, not only in the city of Atlanta, but just like, who wants to go to war? Like, after you done said that you was gonna cut down war, that's at least what I believe you ran on, is that you was gonna cut down war. Now you're sitting there like knucking if you bucking. You starting wars.
Well, he went. One of the things he ran on was not that exactly, but he definitely ran on a vote for Biden is a vote for war. Was like one of the things that he took the first opportunity. He definitely took the first opportunity that he had to show any kind of force. I don't know if I'm necessarily worried about like a war. Like I've seen the thing that a lot of people talk about on social media is always the impending World War III. I don't think it's like that, but I do think that people that voted for him, they are finally being shaken by something, because even the most staunch of the Republicans, or the most hardcore soldier dude that you see that's like former soldier that's now like a social media influencer that talks about like that kind of makes being on the right seem like cool or whatever like that. Even those dudes are like, well, this feels awfully close to what George Bush was doing back when he kind of got us into a war for things and lied to us about what it was about and what it was for.
It does seem awfully familiar.
Yeah, and that's accurate. I mean, I feel like that's accurate. I mean, he literally ran on this not being in the cards. He said that he wasn't going to end up involved in a war. Matter of fact, because he wanted to stop what was going on in the Ukraine and all of that kind of stuff, and all of the money that we were spending there. This isn't how you decrease spending and stuff like that. So his base is rock. Some of them, some people are just, they pledging their undying alliance to him. But even the most staunch of them are starting to look at him and be like, all right, dude, like this is getting it's getting out of hand. Like, it doesn't seem like, it really seems that he's not interested in I mean, he's gonna be 80 something years old when he's done being the president. He's not interested in being looked upon favorably anymore. Like, it seemed like even the first time he was president, I mean, to us, we black. He came off a certain way. Now he doesn't seem to mind alienating the white people either. This time, he's only staying true to his base, and that's like that's a dangerous thing.
Which is rich white people.
I mean, rich white people, but I mean, even rich white people. I mean, what's the guy that runs Barstool, Dave Portnoy? He was like a joke to most people. Not a joke in the business world, but nobody takes him seriously as a person. The things he says, disrespectful to black people, stuff like that. David Portnoy came out when stocks were dropping a couple months ago and turned his back on him. Elon Musk, him and Elon going
at it. When I hear you say his base, I also think of those of white people who are in these rural areas as well. Like, but they're getting hit. The Proud Boys, you know what I'm saying? Those are pretty middle class, regular folks. You know what I'm saying? They too are getting hit. So it's hard to see if his base is really like they're getting hit. So it's time for y'all to turn on him to a certain degree. Does it make sense?
Yeah. What struck me as I was researching to be prepared today, I saw pictures of Israelis like grabbing their family, trying to get out of rubble and things like that after Iran dropped some missiles and stuff, attacked Israel again. And I just thought, man, like, I'm not taking sides of who's right and who's wrong, but nobody, I think, deserves being missiles dropped on. You gotta get your family out of rubble to try to find a place for shelter because your government can't make the decisions right. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are the ends about, because again, I mean, I lived through 9/11. You know what I'm saying? I remember the bodies dropping out the towers. I remember, the fear and things that people have, and so, to live through, that type of situation and think about what could happen over here because somebody decided to do something that without Congress's approval, without anybody's thought, after you were sitting there trying to talk about peace, and then 2 days later you decide to just make us a move.
But it's like he just went in there like there was no thought to it. It just seemed like when the days of Iran and Israel doing their thing, you ain't even let it settle. You didn't even let it like let them figure this out, let them do what they gotta do. You immediately went in and decided to drop missiles on nuclear areas, thinking that you're doing something. Now, what I also saw is that Iran was like, oh, we already knew what it was because those particular bases were empty. Mm-hmm. So
it was like a dummy mission.
It was a dummy mission to see who was going to play. And Trump was the one who fed into it, and now look at us.
Yeah.
We're all like, it's scary right now. That's why I came in today and I was like, I'm feeling a little off because the world is literally on fire and we don't know what's going to happen here. You know what I'm saying? And yes, I remember 9/11. Yes, I remember that whole situation. Like, my brother-in-law went to Afghanistan and he was there always getting deployed, and we were always scared of what was going to happen. My nephew is currently in the Navy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what is going to happen, and I don't want to live in fear, but it's scary. Yeah. Me and my family is about to get on a flight on Thursday. You know what I'm saying? And I'm literally seeing things that's like, watch what's going to happen in the next 48 hours. I just text my family, was like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I'm nervous. I'm a little nervous about traveling with a 3-year-old and a 73-year-old. My mom and my son on our way to Virginia. And then Virginia also is military based.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you're watching this or you're listening, call us up 404-726-1380. Drop a comment. Let us know what you think, how you feeling about Trump dropping the missiles in Iran. Are you afraid? Do you feel like it's nothing to worry about? Do you feel like they deserving of it? Do you feel like it was the right move? Like, subscribe, share, repost, drop a comment. Again, call us up 404-726-1380. Voice in the Streets on WAOK.